All right, today's Wednesday, September 1st. The remnants of Ida, or Ila, whatever they call it, is on its way. We're looking at a couple inches of rain starting tonight around 9, ending probably at, I don't know, sometime in the morning. So I'm up here on the top of the island. Um, I broke through this little spot. There's a bunch of poplar trees that are actually natural here. I'm not exactly sure how they got here, but they seem to be spreading. So I'm really digging it. Trees are great because the roots go deep and they really hold stuff together. So I ended up weed whacking through the poison ivy. I don't know, last week sometime. I didn't get poison ivy. I've been super careful. I got my rubber boots, pants. I wear a shirt, and I got gloves with rubber palms that I wear when I'm messing with poison ivy. So, what my goal is to keep pushing up here for the rest of my time. Like I said, today's Wednesday. I'm looking at, Saturday or Sunday over Labor Day weekend coming back. If I make it till Monday will be my exactly 7 weeks out here. I've done 2 land trips in that time. I did chop down these flowers. They're all like dying and stuff. And I mean, honestly, yeah, flowers are pretty, but they have shallow roots. We need trees up here. I know eider ducks aren't a big fan of trees. They'd rather have low growing scrub brush stuff, but this island has plenty of low grow scrub brush stuff. Trees, once they get planted, they'll obviously be babies, so it'll take them a good 10 years before they actually get to be big enough where they're not really like short like the scrub brush stuff. This is my pathway I made last year. I'll kind of come through here a little bit with a weed whacker and stuff. There's all these baby little sumac bushes coming up. I mentioned that in another video. I'm just gonna leave them. They grow a little tall, but they make great firewood. You have to be careful burning them because they pop and they send, flying chunks of hot coals out and around and stuff. I'm not sure what these are called. I'm probably going to use my, I got an app that tells me what stuff is. That's how I determined we did not have the poisonous spruce here. Or no, hemlock, poisonous hemlock. It ended up being some form of radish. I've probably already mentioned that. Oh, I got some old fireworks. I probably should burn those. But this is my pathway. It's walkable. There is poison ivy, all over the place still. Just gotta be real careful. So the interesting part is these grow at my parents' house in the swamp. I don't know if there's like a natural rock formation under the ground that's causing this soil to stay wetter than just normal, because I mean the stuff, it's all over the place here. This is probably some good moisture in here. But oh god, I got all this trash up here. But anyway, this is as far as I got last year. I haven't worked on this at all. My goal for this year was to get the garden shed tree fort finished, which is, pretty close to being good enough. I don't want to say it's finished because I don't feel like anything on this island will ever be finished. It's an ongoing process. I have a bunch more wood to bring out this fall. I'm going to use BJ Barker, another Maniac Man, to help me rip some nails out of some old, it's like, they're kind of like barn boards, but they're tongue and groove, so they're more modern, but I want to kind of square them up, get them all. I'll probably have to paint them because they're not pressure treated, but I want to start using stuff like that to make pathways. I don't care if a pathway ends up rotting. I just don't want I don't want to be fixing the main garden shed tree fort, at all for the next, like, however old I'm going to be. Hopefully I live a long time. There's a lot to do out here, I have health concerns with I cough pretty bad. You know, all those years of, you know, smoking drugs, smoking cigarettes, you know, it just really took a toll on me. But this is the front line here. We've been doing some burning. I got the firing up going back quite a bit with some wind we had. So I'm gonna be chopping all this poison ivy down, getting out of here so I can access the front line. I'll probably go to where the leaves are brown on the poison ivy, maybe in just a little bit more. And I'm gonna load this hole probably over here, load it up with some major cardboard and just let it rip. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this poison ivy, all these chunks of, I mean, this whole pile and that whole pile is all poison ivy. It's still green, a lot of it. Some of it was dead that I found in there, but let me find, you can see the, when I cut it, the black tar that comes out, that's the poisonous stuff. That is some bad stuff right there. I'm gonna do some research and see how long poison ivy has to sit before the oils in it are non, I don't know, I'm so freaking tired, I can't even think straight. That you can let it sit for so long and touch it and not get poison ivy, whatever that's called. So that's the deal with that. Because there's a lot of, once this dries out, it's gonna be some premium bonfire stuff. Not that I would ever burn it down with the tourists or visitors, but just this would be a ripping hot fire. So to get it going in a big problem area, to really burn some shit out, oops, no swearing, because to get a really super hot fire going, it's going to penetrate the ground, and there'll be absolutely nothing coming up. I had a super hot fire over here going because I was throwing all the clippings over here, and it took me like 3 fires before they actually would burn because everything's just so green and just wet, but I've been burning my aluminum actually tin cans and stuff, and after being in a fire like probably 3 times, or maybe one super hot fire where they get to glowing red, they actually disintegrate pretty quickly, and the iron is great compost. So I'm really trying to burn all this up. Eventually I'm probably gonna have just like a fun fire up here, and just make it super hot to burn the absolute crap out of all those cans. And I have access down in there to clear out too today. So these sumac trees, bushes, whatever they're called, they took some damage from the fire, but if I cut them down, they grow back. This stuff's behind my parents' house, and man, it's just, the power companies come through to chop everything down, and just instantly the stuff will pop back up. And we got little babies coming up here. So I just want something here until we have a chance to get some actual, trees growing. But I mean, you can see the fire wasn't very hot in here because we got poison ivy popping back up right there. So what I'll do is I'm probably going to weed whack all this, and the next year, whatever pops up, I'll spot spray just to have like a decontaminated area. But I'm burning all this out. This is where I want to start getting the trees growing first. I don't really want to do much on this side for now. That's a huge roll of bittersweet, and I mean, I would be concerned that it would all just go up in one gigantic woof of fire, and I wouldn't be able to defend the banking, to get stuff going on it. I feel like there'd be a lot of erosion, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. Trees are doing good. Just kind of like my next year projects is, just make a video up here. I haven't really done much for that. But so this whole strip here, I want to just burn it all off, like one big gigantic poof, it's all gone kind of deal. And then I'm gonna start getting seaweed, because like the ground over by that wallop of bittersweet I looked at is a lot higher than over here. So what I want to do is I want to burn out, this is all just a bunch of garbage. It's got half dead beach roses, it's got poison ivy, it's got some dead sumac bushes, poison ivy, bittersweet. I don't know if I mentioned bittersweet already, but it's got bittersweet and more bittersweet. So I'd like to burn this whole banking off, and then seaweed comes up over here. So I'm gonna start getting this seaweed up in here. Baby, get out of there! Come on. I think she's been in the poison ivy today, so I'm really concerned about her getting it on me. So, I mean, I've been in it anyway, so we'll probably both of us end up taking a bath to kind of, you know, wash the oils off. I use Dawn dish soap. I've probably mentioned that before, but people generally don't remember anything. So the more you say it, you know, the more people will remember. So, and that's what you can see where the burned sumac bushes are right there, to see how close I am on this side. So basically I want to take it from like those burned bushes all the way down to the end, just clean this whole banking out, and then just start fortifying, you know, rocks and seaweed and whatever else I can find. There's another spot on the northern point of the island I want to pay attention to next year, but I mean, like, there's just so many big rocks. You know, I'm not really worried about that, you know, getting any damage. And even like, you know, over here, it's all more big rocks. So I just want to kind of see what I can do. And I mean, the seaweed that floats up here is astronomical. Sometimes if we got an east strong wind, the seaweed floats in the channels. It floats in the channels, and then the wind pushes it out of the channel. So if it's coming strong from over here, it's going to push it out of the channel, and then it's all going to wash up, which it has. There's just tons of it here, you know. And it's actually, I'm kind of looking forward to cleaning up seaweed on this side because there's no sand. I can just scoop it in a big bucket and haul it up. And once it's been sitting, you know, up here for like a day or whatever, it dries out, so that way it won't be so heavy. But it's gonna be good to get some of this stuff scooped up and, you know, keep working on the island.